Hi everyone, do I look Chloe circa 2014 on this side? Look at those eyebrows, you haven't seen something like that in a while, have you? This is probably what you're more used to seeing now on my channel and on my social media. What do you guys think? Which side do you like better? Today's video is going to be about how I used to do my makeup versus how I do it now, and kind of looking back at the makeup trends through the past decade, especially here on YouTube, and comparing my old techniques to what I like to do now. I still think this side looks good, but it's just that glam is not for me anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I did both sides now and the differences between my makeup then and how it is now, and I think you guys are gonna like it, so let's go. So I've just drawn a really faint line on my head so that I can use that as a guide for each side. This side I think I'll do as I used to do, and this side I will do as I do now. First thing that I feel is different is that I really focus now on skincare and making sure that I've got my skincare on and doing amazing things, sweetie, before I do my makeup. Before, I feel like I probably would have even just counted, you know, putting primer on as skincare. These days, it's a no from me. So I'm putting eye serum on and a facial serum. This one's got hyaluronic in it. I've also taken to using some of my under eye masks over the top of my serum to kind of seal it in. So I definitely would have primed with a mattifying primer on this side because I was like, oh my gosh, you have to be matte, you're so oily. And I would pretty much put that over bare skin. I'm gonna be so upset if you guys say that you prefer the before. It's like, I've overhauled my makeup routine and you're like, you looked better before. That's totally what you guys are gonna say in the comments. I just know this is gonna feel so heavy. And then on this side, I'm going to use a hydrating primer. Sometimes I still use mattifying primers, but generally I try to give my skin moisture. So for foundation, I'll use the Pro Filter because it's a nice full coverage one, and I wore this one all the time. Now, not so much because I don't need coverage, especially in quarantine. That side's very matte and flawless looking. This side, on this side, I'm gonna use a tinted moisturizer. Now, my eyebrows back then were definitely a lot thinner, and I always used to pencil them in or use a pomade. I feel like for most everyday looks, I did it with a pencil. The head of my brow was really like sharp, like block-like. I really like drew it in. I used to do them really perfect. Like that. My gosh, I haven't done my eyebrows like this in literally a year or two probably. And then of course brow gel through it, because you gotta set it. I can't have one hair out of place. And now I love to kind of, well, sometimes I start with gel, sometimes I still pencil them, but I'm just gonna go in with gel first is what I've been doing the last few months, because I feel like it just sets them in place, adds a little bit of color, but then still uses my natural shape as the guide rather than like forming its own shape. So I kind of do that first. Then I use the tip of it just to fill in the arch because that's grown in, so it's a bit lighter. And then I really like the brows to be pushed up and fluffy looking. I also would have sculpted under my eyebrows so that it would be really clean. And I even went on top. These have to look stuck on. Now if I do that, all I might do is use a concealer brush with residual concealer on it, like not putting new stuff on it, and then using it to make sure there's no gel on the skin. And then at the end, if I feel like I need to, I brush out the tip so that it's really faded there. And then if I want to fill in some of the gaps, this is a brow pen, so it looks more natural. I also, if you can see that, it's like a little bit straighter than the other one. He also had a much more defined arch back then. Do you remember this Chloe Seba with the fierce eyebrows?
Mm-hmm. I feel like your eyebrows were thinner though.
Yeah, they were, but they're grown out now, so what am I meant to do?
Shave it for the video.
Don't even joke about that. They're so aggressive to me now. Whoa. Okay. Now, for eyes, you guys know I've always liked cooler tones, so I probably would have taken a taupe, similar to what I would do these days, I guess. And I always did like the outer C, remember? I used to call it the outer V, and then I'd make a vagina joke every time. And I wasn't the best at blending, I feel. So I feel like I would do it like pretty dark. I always felt like until all the pigment is on there, you're not finished. You know, I didn't have the same concept of like building up as much. And then I totally need a pencil brush to put like a deeper color in there. And I would have intensified the outer V and made another joke about vaginas. Oh my God, I thought it was so funny and quirky. Pencil brush. I feel like I haven't used a pencil brush in ages to do like a crease look. And while I probably didn't actually do this look for every day, it was kind of like my go-to look. So there was definitely a time where I like did my eyes like this. So I loved to like lift the outer corner of my eyes by doing that V, then blending it out. And just like, this is now like a full-on glam look that I would do for a special event. I'll probably add some glitter. Well, it's like a shimmer bit. And I loved to really wing things out like that. I'm sure I would have done a gel eyeliner too. I always did like a wing with gel. I'm having major flashbacks. Doing a look like this I have not done in so long, it feels. For every day, I'd call that my everyday wing, something light. Mascara. And I never curled my lashes. I always was like, you don't need to curl your lashes. I think because I mostly used false eyelashes anyway. So it didn't really even matter because I was just gonna cover them anyway with like double stacked lashes. I know what you're thinking, this side looks better. Well, I'm sure it does. But if you saw me in person, it's a lot. And then on this eye, I like to keep the eye patch on it while I do my eye makeup so that absolutely nothing falls on the lower part of my eye. And I definitely would probably go for something a lot more glowy, like I bought this Tom Ford palette, which has really nice shades in it. Might go in with the bronzer first. And just be a lot more light-handed. Just take this shimmery taupey color. Generally, I like to go for a little pencil eyeliner because it's a lot easier to blend. And as you guys know, I start on the outer third of the eye. It's thicker on the outer edge. I sound like a broken record if you watch all my videos. Then I can wing it out a little bit. Come in from the waterline for the inner part. Just keep it nice and light and natural like that. And then if I want to wing it out, sometimes I like to use, you know, a little brush to just take the product that's on my eye and use what's already there to like pull it out and just make like a soft wing. Now I curl my lashes. And I like to use products that are good for you as well. So I like to use, for example, brands like Kosas because it's also nourishing my lashes. You can definitely see my lashes more on the side that I curled them. Ta-da! Just a nice natural look there. A lot more natural and lightweight, a lot more heavy and intense. And I still love this. Like if I just had a more natural eyebrow, I would definitely still wear this, but I would probably reserve it for more special occasions. Then let's not forget an intense highlight up under the brow bone. Everyone wanted to look like a glazed donut. And then for this side, I'm going to use a nice under eye concealer, quite sparingly. And then on this side, I would have done a very intense concealer. And if I wanted to contour, I just would have gone in right over the top. And I feel like I was always wrong with the color that I picked. Like it was just too dark for me, but I just couldn't accept it. Keep in mind, I totally still contour sometimes. Now I might go for something cream and just buff it on lightly. and use a shade that's definitely more suited for me. Then I might blend this out with my finger. Oh, that side just looks so pretty to me and like delicate. And my under eye feels so soft and plump. This one's gonna be dry and crusty, trust. I usually blended out the concealer first with a brush, because then I was always like, oh, it's the lighter side. And now look, I've got full coverage foundation. I've put concealer right over the top there. We're just layering and layering. Okay, and then, this is so intense. Chloe, how did you have the energy? Like, we would be finished filming right now, Seba, if we just did how I do it now.
Yeah, it looks way more intense.
Oh my God, I'm just trying to imagine myself like fully contouring now. No. The answer is no. Like, it looks flawless though. Actually, I'm surprised that blended out that well. My skin feels very dry. It's like scratching over my skin. And I was like, yes, I'm so matte. I do love a good nose contour though. Y'all, the energy that I had to do makeup, damn. Then I definitely powder bronzered over the top. I did not care, I just did it. So NARS Laguna. Oh, what have I done? Because I would definitely feel like I look a bit pale on this side, so I'd be wanting to do this. I'd be like, yes, bronzer on top of concealer, which is on top of foundation, which is on top of primer. And that's great, it's fine for glam stuff, right? And you know I've always loved liquid highlight or cream highlight, so both sides. Just blending it in with my finger on this one. And again here, but often what I did if I wanted it to be really shiny is I would then layer a powder on over the top. Something nice and intense. What did we all say? Glowing to the gods. I wanted that like stripe on my face. I felt like it really enhanced my cheekbone. And then sometimes I can still do that. Like, I'm gonna take this one. Just be a little bit more delicate with it. For blush, I have to use Warm Soul. I feel like I always used that. We all did. But they changed the formula, as we all know. I still like this one, the new color, but it's definitely different. And then, you guys know, I've always liked cream blushes, do not get me wrong, but now I just feel like I'm reaching for them, even for glam looks. And then if I want extra concealer anywhere, I can add some. And then I only have to add it where I know I need it. Here, I don't even need to conceal because I've got so many layers on that everything is covered, you know? Nothing is glowing through. And I want to just feel like I'm enhancing and letting myself shine through the makeup rather than covering it. That's just how it be for me. Just adding coverage where I want it. Not everywhere just because. My skin still looks lovely, I think. And this, you can see the product on top. It looks good in the camera, I feel, but in person, I mean, at the very least, I would have gone for something as dramatic as this. I honestly haven't used such dramatic lashes in years. I've always gone for something a lot more natural, like my Allure ones or something similar, but back in my glam days, I definitely wanted, at the minimum, this kind of stacked lash. Oof, the glam, I almost miss it. And then on this side, I'm going to put these little wispy lashes. There, those are on. I prefer that look so much more. Now I'll put lower lash mascara on, just a little bit. Lip liner, I'm going to use just a nude one. And then this one I'm going to overline. Even though I had heaps of lip filler in my top lip, At the time, I would still overline them a lot. Now my lip filler is gone now because it's been over 2 years since I had it done last. I'd be lying if I said I don't miss my big lips, but it's nice to have a more natural finish. Then, you know, I love little tinted lip treatments. This one's Lana Lips, and I've always loved these. Then on this side, a creamy lipstick. Those are actually really similar in color, aren't they? And then I kind of still do this actually. Put a bit of highlighter in the Cupid's bow, or a lot. Highlighter down the center of the nose, even though it doesn't suit me. Whoa, okay, so I'm done. Let's take a look at both of the sides up close. Of course, my neck doesn't match because I've got so much product on. Okay, so this is how I used to do my makeup. You know, exaggerated lips, exaggerated eyebrows, exaggerated everything. And then this side, much more natural. Especially the skin, and just the technique on every feature is a lot more about just going along with what's already there and enhancing it. You know, I don't want to mask the texture of my skin. I don't want to mask the shape of my eyebrows or the shape of my lips. Just stuff that's a lot more natural, and also I like to have really good ingredients on a daily basis. I feel really glam on this side, but I'm very happy to be doing something that takes less effort, something that uses less products, and something that looks a lot more natural now in the 2020 version. But this look, it's very 2010, is it not? Anyway, let me know what you think and which side you prefer. What is your makeup style? Have you found that it changed a lot, especially since quarantine? I'm sure it has, but I want to know below in the comments, so let me know there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You look older.
On this side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I do. Yeah.
Like, it highlights like the wrinkles under your eyes.
The what?
Wrinkles? You don't have wrinkles on that side. You have wrinkles on that side. You know what I mean? Like, it makes wrinkles that are not there.
Oh, so you're saying I have wrinkles now. You're saying that I'm getting old now.
Well, you're pushing 30, so.
I do still have the wrinkles.
But what I'm saying is,
the more product you put under there,
yeah,
the more you can see it. Yeah, the more it's gonna go in there.
Oh yeah.
Whereas this one, I didn't really put much under there. So.
I like how you're doing your makeup now. It just looks much more natural.
Yeah. I do feel like my eyebrows look more lifted on the other side. It's just so much of everything. Yeah. It'd be okay if I just did my eyes dramatic and then did like more natural everything else, or if I just did a dramatic lip and then more natural everything else. I feel like the eyebrows are the eyebrows and the skin finish is like the most important difference, I think.
Like, the eyebrow on that side doesn't look bad at all.
It doesn't, but it's so harsh.
Yeah, it is
for me.
harsh.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, you're wearing makeup. But that side is
like,
wow.
Is she?
Yeah, is she?
Right? Yeah. Oh, thanks. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sebby. Okay. Whew. All right, bye for real, guys. Bye.